you know, it's great to know that this community has gotten together, and so far we have no sale. That's great news. I want to make a real brief comment on what Sharon has said about postal banking. On February the 8th, I attended a coalition, a legislative coalition of all the unions and also the two management associations, and this was actually brought up. So it has a lot of support among all the unions, which and both of the management associations are aware of it and also support it. So it looks like it's catching on, and it might be a reality at some point. I was asked to speak on plant closures or station closures and consolidations. My source is APWU website, which anybody can go to. That's apwu.org. And I'm afraid that I have to use the library because I'm not a computer person, so I was only able to print out a very limited amount, but I hope this will inform you. So the APW is fighting efforts by USPS management to dismantle the nation's processing network, which would severely degrade service to the public. That's really issue number one. The USPS plans to close or consolidate 82 mail processing facilities in 2015, which is in addition to 140 mail processing plants that were closed or consolidated in 2012. So this apparently turned out to be a 59-page document, which I just could not print out. So the ones from 2015 that are on the list, I only see 8, and that's from January through February 9th. There are 2 in Maryland, 2 in the state of Washington, 1 in Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, and Michigan. And the only thing it says on the information sheet is it lists a date, and that says second and final post implementation. And to be honest, I have no idea what that means. Now a processing plant is like Oakland. Everybody been to 7th Street? Yeah. So essentially that's where the mail is processed. It's not like a finance station or a carrier station, which is a whole different ballgame. So the effects, there are, what I see are 2 effects to plant closures. One is the effect on the employees, and the other is the effect on mail service and the public. So the effect on the employees is that X number of employees, the term is accessed, to be accessed to someplace else. If you're a career postal employee, you do have some protection. If you're a non-career, what we call postal support employees, you could be laid off. They have no job protection. So as of our current contract, which is now in negotiation, any employee that's accessed out of an office is supposed to have some place to go. They have to be guaranteed a position within 50 miles. Which is an improvement over the previous contract, which was 500 miles. So 50 miles, you know, some people commute 50 miles. I'm not trying to say this is a good thing. It's always disruptive to lose your current job and be accessed to another office. So that's the first effect. The second effect is the degradation of mail service. And that is something that we all, even if you're an employee, will notice. So to me, this is one of the biggest impacts. When I first started the Postal Service, I don't remember they're talking about delivery standards. That took years to develop. And after these standards were developed, then the main point became to make sure you maintained these standards. So to me, as a former post employee, it's very distressing what is happening that took so many years to develop and protect, you know, and keep in place. To the Postal Service willingly attempt to degrade the service. And my opinion is, it does, you know, right now we have actually 7-day delivery. If you continue to degrade service, meaning if you put a letter in a mailbox or mail a parcel and you kind of rely on it to taking, say, 2 to 3 days anywhere in America, and now it's going to take 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, then to me you're going to look at an alternative. Okay, I'm getting the stop sign here. So to me, those are the biggest effects. There's one thing, if you don't mind my mentioning, and that is people may have been reading about or hearing about a merger of Staples and Office Depot.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, didn't Office Depot just merge with Office Max? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So the APWU has taken a position against it, and apparently, you know, I really don't understand the FTC. But I know this merger has to go before the FTC before it can be approved, so hopefully there's something that the public can do to object to this. And once again, thank you all for being here.